Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast.
What is up, everyone? It is I, Ryan Neo Wayne, with Joe King, and today we'll be doing Survivor New Era All Stars. We wanted to do another since we have more New Era seasons on Brand Steel we can play with. We wanted to do that, and I feel like it's a theme that's very relevant. A lot of people have argued that we needed a New Era All Stars in
hmm
general, but also this is a way because I know like. Granted, a huge chunk made it on to Survivor 50, but this is a way we can celebrate some of the people that haven't gone there. Some that have, because obviously there are some ones where it was like, I feel like I have to include this person because they're so much fun, but
hmm
I digress.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this should have been season 48. This should have been, hearkening back to All Stars, the first All Stars. They should have done something like that, especially because like a lot of these new era players now about to enter with season 50, and you know that the fan base collectively is more interested in everyone that are not these players because of just the love of the old school eras.
Yeah.
A lot of them who have gotten to play multiple times as well. The fact that they've seen them on the screens, people just end up wanting to root for them instead of people who belong to a collective group of seasons that are like you can forget about what happened in a lot of new era because it's just all a blur.
Yeah. We will be doing a video on stuff we want to see moving forward. We just finished recording that.
Mm-hmm.
That will come out later. But one of the things mentioned or one of the suggestions we have for like Survivor moving forward, I'll give you a hint, it's relevant
Mm-hmm.
to what we just talked about. But yes, so that being said, there are some people that I really enjoy that I'm glad are on Survivor 50 that are in this list. Joe have brought some of those people. I've brought a couple of those people, but there's some people that didn't make the cut where I'm like, I would have loved to see them play again.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's enough chit chat. We are using Survivor 40 several as the formatting here. I think that's a pretty fun one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's hop right into it. So it's three tribes, so Joe and I will go back and forth on which one. I will ask you, how did you decide how to divide the tribes, or did you just randomize?
Yeah, I just kind of randomized. I believe I have us having three of each tribe. So it is a mixture of them, but I kind of went by archetypes, tried to kind of mix up, made sure that no one of the same season, or at least I tried my best to make sure people of the same season weren't kind of like mixed together. Sometimes I was like, it kind of be weird putting them over here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll figure it out.
All right, all right. So first off, we have Survivor 50, she's going to be on here from this is her home season. It is Genevieve Mashaluk. I
Mhm.
don't know if I said that right, but she was my winner pick for Survivor 40 several. She was someone where I really enjoyed, especially once it was a little bit of a slow burn for her. It wasn't until like episode like 3 or 4 where we were like, oh, okay, she's here to play. But like
Mhm.
she was one of the best parts of 47. She is a game player. She is someone who is smart. She did have to kind of she learned to shut off her emotions during the game because it hurt too much, but then she realized she had to reawaken it. She had a very good arc within her own respective season. But yeah, I had to bring her because she is one of my favorite new era players. And yeah.
Yeah. I think her biggest problem is timing. She did absolutely shoot herself in the foot at final 10 on 47. Um and then managed to just kind of hobble through and make it with some, she got a couple immunity wins as well.
To be fair, that wasn't her fault.
For what?
Her
Sh-
having to vote out, one of her
sh-
close allies.
yeah,
That was strictly because, you needed to have no one in final eight on that season to keep that trend going. That's why it happened.
She did not need to do that. There was no reason to take out Soul. Like the one person who literally had her back, and she's the one throwing his name out.
Yeah, it didn't make sense, but headcanon wise, it's because you draft. So for those who
Yeah.
didn't know, Joe lost six people in a row in Survivor 47
Yeah,
from
we
beginning.
don't need to keep bringing this up.
I haven't brought it up in a while, Joe.
I feel like we bring it up every other episode.
That is not true. We also talk about Stephanie being your winner pick from 48 and her going home for. But no, this was like after all the crap he's given me, it was sweet justice where he lost six people in a row. I did lose one person. We're all, I'm only human. And then he proceeded to lose three people in a row that he drafted, leaving him have no one in the final eight. And that was revenge for hiring Rome to roast me with my with my terrible drafting picks.
Yeah, that didn't age well, did it? It aged like milk.
It's hilarious because I ran into him at a Bryson Wen and then I got him to roast you for free.
Yeah, whatever. But I do personally hold that Genevieve is going to be an overrated player, and she's going to have a struggle in Survivor 50, and I'm probably getting targeted somewhere within a first few tribal councils. That's my guess.
I think it really depends on tribe chemistry. I don't have the tribe divisions pulled up on my phone, but I don't have it, and I also want to keep the flow of the video because we're going to be talking about all of that later.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's something where she can be, but then again, I feel like she's enough of a. I mean, like I think she's a good player, but I feel like she might be a good player you want to align with because there's this thing like when you're going into this season, there's going to be a lot of big threats. But especially if you're a big threat yourself, you may want to, like kind of like have a alliance of those kind of people. And if it's someone where you're like, all right, she's strategic, yeah, she had a big fumble, but she's not too chaotic. I
Mhm.
can work with this, and then we can go forward because everyone has a huge threat level. But I will say there is some people that will navigate pre-merge better than others as a
Yeah.
result.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have to see. I mean, it's gonna be tough to get through the pre-merge of 50 because a lot of people are gonna have to go home probably through double tribals. Like if you're not well
Yeah,
insulated on your beginning tribe or your swap tribe, you're probably going home.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see because we gotta also remember she was not very well insulated on her original tribe. She was on the bottom with Rome, and Rome with his advantages kind of gave her and him safety and like made them not really want to target either one of them. Um, so so yeah, we're gonna have to see. There's a lot of I think question marks in Genevieve's game going into a returning player season.
That is fair. That is fair. I think for a lot of these people, but
Yeah.
I think Genevieve, I wouldn't count her out. I wouldn't
Mhm.
count her out.
Mhm. Okay, moving on next, we got the first winner on this cast. We got Marianne Oketch, who was supposed to be on 50, but got removed. So a surgeon winner from Survivor 49 could get on instead. And frankly, I think it's a shame that Marianne is not one of the three winners on the season. I think she is by
Yeah,
far the most interesting character that won in the new era. Like we just have not seen someone like Marianne win Survivor. Um,
yeah,
and I think I would love to see her again. Especially because like she's a winner who could go on a season and just be a character. She does not have to go on and be like a great winner. Like I think Kyle, who we're going to get on 50, is like a good winner, but like I don't think he's bringing the same level of character to a season that a Marianne's going to bring.
I think that's fair. I mean, Kyle, I feel like other than his like strategy and stuff, and I am a little biased because I played a Kyle-less game
Mhm.
when the season was coming out, and he was my winner pick. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
do have some bias there. However, I'd say if we're talking outside the game, one of my favorite things about Kyle was kind of like his story and stuff,
Yeah.
where, you know,
But that's the thing is that it's cool to hear someone's story. That does not care in returning player seasons. Returning player
exactly
seasons is all about, like, honestly, it's about,
strategy and character.
yeah, those are the things that really matter because we've already heard Kyle's story. We know who Kyle is. Like, if you retell it, we're just being told the same thing, and that's a waste of time, honestly. Like, cool, you can do like a quick little refresher if you want, but like, that's not going to be what like makes us go like, yes, put him on the season. Marianne is someone who is a huge character who is going to be doing some crazy things out there. She's gonna be, doing wild voices, and it's gonna like, even if she goes out early, it would be fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I would like her to do. Being a winner is always going to put a huge target on your back. If you've been
Yeah.
watching the little Entertainment Weekly like little questions they're telling you,
Mm-hmm.
if being a winner on this season or a potential winner has majorly like put some people at a
Yeah.
disadvantage. But
Yeah.
Marianne is someone where she also had a great like narrative and story throughout her first season. And it's also like, granted, that was when they filmed that season, it was 2021. When they filmed like this is like 4 years later, because when she was on there, she was like 21, 22. So like I
I
can
think
tell you
she was 23, if I recall correctly.
23, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you from personal experience, and then I don't know the demographics of our channel as well as like Joe has maybe seen, but there is a huge difference between how you are and how you look at the world early 20s to like late to I would say even mid 20s. Like
Mm-hmm.
your aspect, how you are. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that Marianne won't still be Marianne and be funny. Big here's my favorite line was here's
It's
Marianne while
man.
she's holding the axe.
Yeah.
Like I'm 30, I still go around and do dumb shit all the time.
Yeah.
But like, like the way I see certain things now, as opposed to even 4 years ago, is totally different. So, especially as someone as young as she was coming back into the game, a little bit more of the like world, with her, and like, didn't she get married too? Like,
I think she did.
a lot has changed for her, and I think
Yeah.
like that's perfect for her to come back for because like she's lived a little bit more, and now she's back.
Yeah.
Where I will say some older contestants, you may not see as much of a difference. I don't see that as good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say for someone like Marianne, who has a very youthful energy coming back, where youth was like a big defining trait for her, her being more in the world would have been an interesting twist, or not twist, but
Mm-hmm.
like interesting plot point in the sake of like her personal story on Survivor.
Yeah, I am a little bit in like, also 50 maybe shouldn't have even had winners, just because I think there's a huge target on those three that's, um like, everyone's just like, wow, they're gonna be so great if they can go on and now win 50, and it's like, whoa, I don't think they're gonna make it that far just because of them winning previously.
Yeah, if you
um
watch the
yeah,
Entertainment Weekly videos, a lot of people being targeted early on are,
yeah,
winners, even if it's not for winner reasons.
yeah,
Q.
yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a little taste. I would not be picking the winners until like very deep into our draft because of that. So
No, 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 no.
yeah,
Um, like there's some winners I enjoy on that. Like I really enjoy Kyle. I'm intrigued to see Savannah and like D play again. But do I think they're going to make it far? Hell no.
I think I'm higher on D than I am of the other two. I think if there's someone to maybe like do something, because she did play a very old school kind of game as well of
Yeah,
loyalty and challenges. I think there's a good chance that she gets in and is used as a shield by some of the older school
I
players.
agree.
Um,
48, they
yeah,
just saw, Kyle win,
Kyle.
so that's very fresh in their mind.
Yeah,
And then
and Kyle's whole
Savannah,
thing was like not being a threat. Like he was using other
yeah,
people's threats. He is now going to be that huge threat going into that season.
yeah, and with Savannah, well, I mean, like some of them already expect her to be the winner from that season,
Mhm.
but also I think Tiffany put it best. It's like the devil you know versus the devil you don't. And it's like the devil you know is much better because you know how to handle that. Whereas
Yeah,
not only are you a rumored winner, but also they know nothing about you nor your game.
yeah, exactly. It's up to, does Rizzo say something?
Skippity.
Yeah, but also, I mean, like if they're asked directly, like, so is the winner on the season? I mean, I guess they gotta lie. I mean, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Rizzo might just be like, I gotta build some trust, and let me get people to trust me. Let me throw out Savannah here, early on. You never know.
It's really tough to say too because they're also I know we're talking about Savannah and she's not
Yeah,
here, but I feel like
yeah.
it is worth mentioning that like this is 9 days after they just finished too. So that's another thing to kind of like, stew in the head too when, going in. So like they're just coming off of them being like, ride or dies, loyal from the very beginning of this game.
Mm,
And according to some rumors, even before the beginning of this game.
yeah,
So like going from that and then like having to potentially turn on each other, like so like all those things kind of like factor in. And then yeah, sometimes it's like, all right, are you two going to be a problem together? Because
yeah,
we don't know what your dynamic is. We don't
yeah,
know if you're lying. You two could have been like sworn enemies.
yeah,
We don't know.
yeah.
You two could have been best buddies.
Exactly. So yeah, sometimes being unknown can help you because you can fly on under the radar, but also can be pretty scary. I mean, we got people, someone like Coach who's seen Russell come into the season and be the unknown that is, the biggest
Yeah,
villain that Striver's ever seen, and no one knows until the season's basically over.
exactly.
So
All
yeah,
right. So up next we have Mike Turner. Mike Turner. I don't know why I put him down as 41. Because I made the list of notes
yeah.
on my phone.
To be fair, I
I don't
think
know
I
why.
also thought he was 41 because he is here with Marianne, and I think I saw the 41 and put him. I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, regardless of that fact, the runner-up of 42, and I feel like he was a very good player in that season. Like he was a lot of the bit of like he was always in a pretty good spot no matter where he was. He had one of the best bromances still to this day with Jonathan Young. Like you'll see them come together at events and they're still like joking around, talking shit about each other. He's a fireman, he's very, very likable. I'd say the one thing with him that was like a little bit of downside was he was very easily manipulated in one vote
Mhm.
to turn on Omer. Um, or wait, no, Omer manipulated him to turn on someone else. And he didn't own his game as well as he could have in Final Tribal Council. Also, Marianne just had one hell of a FTC as well.
Mhm.
But I think Mike Turner great is a great person to be on an all-star season. I'm a little
Yeah.
surprised he wasn't. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
I think it's because of the age, because he was, I think, 52 when he came out on the Survivor the first time. um and I know that they don't really like bringing people who are 55 or older. It's got to be a little bit of very like specific cases, and he could have fallen into that. He very well could have. But I wouldn't be surprised if like they just decided, hey, that's it's too much. Let's go with maybe some younger people instead. um so I don't know. I thought he was pretty fun. I thought he could have easily won the season. Um, in fact, he was probably the front runner going into Final Tribal Council, because Marianne wasn't looked at as this big threat going into there. I mean, she was literally brought to the end by Romeo. Um, so she was kind of looked at like, oh, she's probably going to just be this crazy character who's a goat. But Marianne has just one of the best, great Final Tribal Council. Might kind of fumbles it a little bit and ends up getting Marianne the win instead.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think he should be. It's tough to say with the simulator and stuff, but I think he should do well here.
Mhm.
All right, next up
Your
we
favorites.
have the man, the myth, the legends, QBURDETTE, Bernadette, baby. The guy, I love him. He's so entertaining. Uh, he has some of the best sound bites in all of like the new era. Um, the sad thing is, I don't know how well people are going to put up with him because he's known for being a very chaotic, messy player.
Yeah.
And I don't think, especially with how fast paced of a game this is, that they are going to tolerate that. I feel
Oh yeah.
or like even be used as like a shield or something like that. I think maybe they don't want that energy. I know in some of the EW stuff, he's been targeted by people that he's on a tribe with. Stephanie was like apparently Q TM'd her a few times,
Yeah.
and it was very like out of left field stuff. And then also, voting someone out because reminds me too much of Aubrey, and then
um,
you got to know that casting did this on purpose,
yeah.
where
Yeah.
Aubrey just comes in, walking in like
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
she is Q's reckoning basically.
Yeah.
But
I think
boy, do I love this guy.
best case scenario, he's around for 3 episodes. Like, just to be honest, I think he's going to be the Tony Vlacho's game changer at it. Like, I think he's going to be doing some crazy things, going wild, and just no one is down for it.
Yeah, I which is funny because he's all over the trailers too.
Yeah.
And like I said, we talked about characters. He is one of the biggest characters in New Era. Uh I wouldn't even if he was like in someone's top 10 or top 20 of like biggest characters on Survivor in general, I think there is an argument for at least top 20.
Yeah.
Personal bias, maybe top 10. But yeah, but he is smart. He is loyal. When he is playing the game, he does do well.
Yeah.
Because like we do forget, like he was in a pretty solid position on his tribe when it was
Yeah.
like the disaster tribe. And he was someone where he was dictating a lot of the votes. He just fumbled really badly in the merge and then got messy. And then
Yeah.
I will say this, despite being on the bottom and even being like, just vote me out and stuff, he still makes it pretty far because he
Yeah.
just found his, like niche to make it just a little bit further. And then he famously doesn't play the idol when he knows he's getting votes and then he goes home, which is so
Yeah, yeah. I do like 46, and a lot of that is because of Q. Like, he provided a lot of entertainment on the season. Like,
40,
eh,
46 may be my favorite new era. It's between
yeah.
that and 47,
Mhm.
but I reference 46 a lot more than I do 47.
It is definitely the most quotable season of Survivor in a very, very long time, if not ever.
Several means
Yeah, you got Liz Wilcox going, I'm pissed.
it's funny because so Erin, my girlfriend, she does have a lot of allergies, and I kind of told her about that situation. She's like, "Oh God, no."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
it stemmed from Q not picking her. Like he's such like she's
and
like a
even then, I will say this: Q gets a lot of smack for that, but like he brings us prominent, like he brings a good point to it. It was like
yeah,
you voted for me. I'm not going to reward that because
yeah,
you just did
yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, he is in the right. It's one of those just like you know that there are some people though that new era cast nowadays that would have just taken Liz because of that stuff because they want to be a good person.
Yeah.
So you need people like you sometimes though. Who is going to say no, no, no? You're gonna starve because you tried to vote me out.
Another funny part was like the very next reward challenge. He goes on. He's like, "I had so much pizza. I'm
Yeah.
so full and everything," and it's just like it's funny, but like this man. I was watching. It was either Peridium or Idled Out. I haven't seen their faces, and sometimes it makes me a little. I know Idled Out is a bit
Uh-huh.
more. It has a bit more like jokes around and has more dry humor to his. So
Mm.
maybe it was that. But like Hugh is like one of those people, like even if it is like a Tony Bacco situation where he gets like this is his humble season where he gets voted out early, like he's coming back in the
Oh,
future
100%.
because yeah,
He's
if
a
they do
3 to 4 time returning player at some point. Like it's going to happen.
yeah, he is iconic. So out of this tribe, it's like him and Genevieve. Those are my top two. Just
Mm.
saying.
Nice, nice. Well, moving on to a different villain that kickstarted the new era. That's right, her theme song. We got Chantel Smith, also known as Shan, and I thought she was a lot of fun. She definitely was probably the biggest character of 41. Um, a great game player. And I love a good villain, and she came into the season wanting to be a villain, even though she's a pastor. Like it was a great kind of like, oh, look at this, a villainous pastor. What an interesting character that she kind of like went into it as. And I get why they didn't bring anyone from 41. But I just think like there should have been a little bit more representation from all of the new era seasons. Like we have some seasons that have 3 people in it. Like you can easily substitute one of them and put in someone from 41, 43, and 44. Like it should have
I,
it should
I
have been able
agree.
to happen.
Yeah. Shan was my winner pick for 41.
Mhm.
And then she's also you mentioned villain. She is a villain, but she's more of like a cartoony villain, whereas like
Yeah.
she's like, I want to have my own theme song that and she even sings it during certain
Yeah.
situations, and it's like she and like she was someone where she was very much at times like it's my way or the highway.
Yeah.
um Maybe not. I mean, like 41 was like 41 and 42 were like big what was it, victims of this, but they did like like they did you did get a lot of good backstory from Shan as well.
Hmm.
And the only reason why I say victim of it is like it almost felt like every single contestant had to have this like backstory.
Yeah.
Like you would see like pictures of that and everything. And especially for people that weren't getting a lot of confessionals, when that happened, it was like, oh, this is just kind of like a kiss of death by the editors. It's like, oh, so they're probably going home.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, Shan was a very I think especially, she got voted out early and then like her allies turned on her. I think she would have been interesting to bring back for another season of Survivor because
Hmm.
she gets to like it's like how does she play this time? Does she update her game or is she still going to be a little bit like or are we going to get kind of like the same deal?
Yeah. And like going off of, like who I would replace with. I mean, I know people want the Q Tiffany thing. I just don't think Q is going to make it long enough to be around Tiffany. I think they should have replaced Tiffany with Shan, to be honest. I think Shan is a bigger character than Tiffany. And I think at least then we would have had some representation from 41. So that's probably where I would have leaned towards. Um,
It's
I know,
tough to
yeah,
say. I don't know because like I think Tiffany is because they want that wild card. They always bring kind of like a wild card in each like returning season where it's like, wait, you brought her? But if you look at it,
mhm,
she is a very strong competitor. So I know why, from like a gameplay aspect, why they brought Tiffany. Besides Q, I think even
yeah,
productions like Q is probably going to be eaten alive. But
yeah,
like, I think Tiffany is someone where she kind of proved, you
yeah.
know,
But even if you go back and like watch, like when they announced like each player, Tiffany's thing was all about Q, about how
it
she
was.
wanted to was either could be allied or she wanted to rip her hair out because she was around Q. Like it was that's why they brought her, and like otherwise they would have made it more about her personality and like what she's bringing to the season. Um, so I do think Shan, on the other hand, though, would have been just significantly better in terms of that. And I think for 50, I think you don't need the wild card. I think you need to go with your best cast. The group of people who bring the most to each season, each person bringing their own unique sets to the season.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I just know, I like, I just know the potential that Tiffany has, so that's why I'm not as
Yeah, and that's why she would have
opposed.
been good for a new era All Stars. I know she's not on here, but something that is in 50 is would have been way a better suit for her.
Yeah,
I think it was just bad spot for her to come in.
we do have some omissions for this All Stars, mostly because like they're on season 50.
Yeah,
But like we do have like one or two on each tribe. But
yeah,
like, there are some people where like originally like we'll get to her, but like to Emily, I wasn't gonna bring Emily because I was like, she's already gonna be on Survivor 50, so there's that. And then I'm like, I kind of want to spread some love, but then Joe was like, but we kind of want to bring Emily. It's like,
yeah.
all right, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, anyways, Shan, I also I mean she's very bitter. I mean, she went on to the jury and was really mad at Deshaun, and she made sure that everyone was mad at Deshaun in that. Like she came at him pretty hard. I do think Deshaun actually played like a pretty good game. Um but if you have someone as vocal as Shan, like trashing you and like getting people to believe and like not want to vote for that person, it's going to be hard no matter how good you played.
that is fair. It's very fair.
Yeah. Okay, and lastly on the Goddard Tribe here, we got Jam Jam from season 44, the winner. So we have another winner here. He was someone who I picked on 44 pretty much just because I was like, this guy can't win. I did so bad. Like the Gabler thing 43 made me just go like, okay, nothing fucking matters anymore. Let me just choose the person who I don't think can win. And Jam Jam ended up winning.
I will say he also had a pretty decent win too.
Yeah,
Like
no, it
I
was
know
yeah.
no, I brought this up before when I was preaching for him to be in the Hall of Fame,
Mhm.
which boy was that a video. It's a fun celebration of Survivor and some great players, but also let's just say there was more going on than the last time
Yeah,
we did the Hall of
yeah.
Fame.
We added a rule that I almost kind of regretted the second that you started abusing it.
Well, also, I'll say this: Joe was like, I'm I'm not going to vote for someone who's played once," and I'm like, "All right," and then I'll let you fill in the blanks there and watch the episode. But
Yeah,
yeah, Jam Jam, I think, is someone where he's very smart. He comes off as someone where like he's very charismatic. He has a like playfulness about him where it's like, and also vulnerability
hmm
that just makes him very approachable. Like, I remember him talking about like he didn't really have anyone until he met his husband. And I think that's something that a lot of people do actually like relate to, of like, because there is, like a loneliness epidemic. And then like, like so, like, and then Jam Jam being like, I was alone for a long time. Then I found, my husband, and we've been in love ever since. That kind of stuff. We also see that he's also a fierce competitor, because you don't just survive a disaster tribe. You have to,
Hmm.
there has to be something there that kind of like anchors you. And then yeah, so I think he was a great character, and I think he is a, I don't want to say underrated winner,
Hmm.
because I mean he's on Traders right now, and like,
Yeah.
and they try and bring like really good people in for that. But yeah, so I think he's a pretty strong winner in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. I mean, he did play like a great social game. Like that's kind of what's his shining point. It's so interesting because yeah, I think like he was the social game. Carolyn and Carson, they were more of the like I think the strategic, like they did a lot of the more of the like planning, and Jam Jam was kind of like just kind of down for a lot of it. But Jam Jam was just, super likable. Everyone on the cast loved him. Like and at the end of the day, that's what wins you Survivor is if you're likable.
Yeah, very much so.
Mm. Okay. Moving on next to the Lavo tribe here, we got Andy from season 47, who was my favorite person on 47. Um, especially since, the premiere starts off with him having a freaking meltdown and wanting to, leave the game. And, he's like, oh, I'm going to get voted out. And he's freaking out. And everyone gets to see it. It's not just his tribe, the entire cast sees this meltdown. And seeing him go from that to then become one of the power players who's in the middle and, creating Operation Italy and just doing all this great gameplay. Easily one of my favorite characters of the new era, and I'm excited to see him here.
He I remember when I was watching this at Reality Bar, which is like a place where people watch shows like Survivor, Big Brother, and stuff like that, out here in Los Angeles. And I was
Mm-hmm.
there with a friend of mine, Shelly, who's been on the channel for one of our brand steals, or not
Mm-hmm.
brand steals, one of our orgs. And like we were just watching this in real time, and I'm like, how, like afterwards, it's like, how did he not get voted out there? Because
Yeah,
like I guess like he seemed useful enough where he seemed desperate to work with people. And
yeah,
then Joe didn't draft him, so that's another reason why he didn't get voted out there. Um,
yeah,
so it's but his story from winning to a very like insecure player to actually being like a underrated like strategic threat was one of the best parts about 47.
yeah,
I will also say he is the other person that got taken off of Survivor 50 because of the man, the myth, the legend, RIZGOD, Gris God Baby.
yep.
Um, but I would say like I like Rizzo a lot. Do I want him to replace Andy? I don't know about that, but I think
Yeah,
Andy was such a unique character, and he had so much growth in that season, that I think he was prime and ready to return again and see what this more confident Andy would do in a returnee season.
yeah. I would have preferred. I mean, if we're not going to replace Tiffany, Shan with Tiffany, maybe Charlie with Rizzo. I mean, like I like Charlie, but yet again, someone who I don't think is necessarily like was a lock for a returning season.
I mean,
Um,
Jeff loved him, so I think that's
yeah.
was. I will say, I think I would be okay if it wasn't Charlie. I
Mhm.
understand why, because he is a strong player,
Yeah.
but I feel like with Andy, it's just like we're talking like
Yeah.
characters and stuff. It's like with I know a lot of people when it comes to Survivor 50, it's like, why bring someone who will be, DOA, dead on arrival, when they,
Mhm.
first step onto the beach?
Yeah.
And so it's like, there has to be a really good reason other than, there has to be a really good reason you bring them. So I feel like
Yeah.
Andy, it's like, all right, the more confident Andy, it's like, all right, how does he play? Stuff like that. That's like an interesting dynamic we could have seen, but
Hmm.
we didn't. But he
Yeah.
will live on in our Brand Steel All Stars of the new era.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right, next up we have Danny McRae, one of my favorites.
Hmm.
He was someone where I even found a better appreciation for him on the Challenge USA. It only ran for like a couple seasons, but we got more. Like he was on Survivor 41. He had a tight duo with like Deshaun, and he was on a tribe that didn't go to tribal council until the Earn the Merge. He kind of like presented himself as like a strong player throughout the game, and then they recognize him being strong. And he's like, yeah, you kind of have to go. He
Hmm.
is extremely likable. He has really good social skills. And like, yeah, I mean, like, especially since he's been on the challenge. Granted, he wasn't always in the first place. If you watch USA, he wasn't always in the first place in those challenges, but he was still a present. He was consistent. He was there. So like, I think he was. I understand why they didn't bring him back because of 41, but also like, except unless you're Suri, they don't like you going off into different places. And he did go into 41, but he did go into the challenge, so that was the reason that he kind of got cut from the list. But I love the dude. I think it's a little bit of a bummer that we didn't get to see him play again.
Yeah. Now this was my winner pick from 41 was Danny McRae, and I remember getting a little bit, I maybe a little pushback, just like, oh, well, he was an ex NFL player, and a lot of times the sports people don't really do too great on Survivor, especially on their first attempt. Like Brad Culpepper took a second go around to make it to
Yeah,
the end. But I almost instantly knew, like, okay, I think he's going to be good in challenges. I think he's going to be really good socially. Um, and he ended up being, yeah, exactly that. He if he found that idol that he was looking for, a final six, I think there's a good chance that he, wins final five immunity. Guarantee. I think he beats everyone in fire, and he's in the end, and probably wins the season. Um,
I
so
agree.
so yeah, literally, if he had just found that idol, it literally would have won him the game.
I agree. But yeah, so and in our previous universe, he
Mhm.
has been known to be a force to be reckoned with. So
Yeah,
I hope that replicates here. He is a winner in our previous timeline.
yep,
So will, like, will lightning strike twice in the same place? We'll see. We'll see.
exactly, exactly. Okay, next up, we got Emily Flippin from 45, another one of my favorite players of all time. We have also a very special connection because of what Ryan, because Ryan got to meet her and talk to her, and she
And
ends up watching the
more
channel.
than that,
So yeah,
uh, I love Erin. She's with me. And so
yeah,
like this is just like a fun little anecdote.
yeah.
But like Emily Flippin knew that I had a crush on Jay Maya. And after not being able to talk to Jay Maya that night, Emily like checked in with me as I was about to leave. It was like, wait, have you talked to her? She was, like she was just like, you know what? Here you go. And got
Mhm,
to um, you know, plot me in front of Jay Maya so I can be like, loved your music and everything, thought you were cool. She
mhm.
did that for me. So she, like like for her watching the channel and then also her doing that for a fan, she gets high marks for me.
Yeah. So
So yeah,
I'm hoping she does good in 50. I'm a little scared, obviously, because she is someone like what Emily are we going to get going into 50? Are we going to get the confrontational Emily that started season 45, or are we going to get, yeah, the more loving kind of, down to twerk because she got a charcuterie board, Emily?
yeah. I forget everyone that's on her tribe, but I think she's someone where I think I was looking at the tribe divisions for her, and I think she has a good in, or like I feel like she
Mhm.
might, based on what I know,
Mhm.
might have good chemistry with her team. But
Yeah,
like sometimes you can't just base that off of like different people you've not seen before
yeah,
interact with each other. But
yeah,
I think we get more of like Emily at the end of her Survivor 45 go around.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that Emily that we get is going to be what we see.
Yeah, I'm actually was surprised that she was on the cast because she said afterwards that she never wanted to play Survivor again. Like she was very like, I'm done. My Survivor story's done. Um, but then like, you get the call sometimes and never say never, and you can end
Oh,
your
Aubrey was the same way. She was like,
yeah
"Yeah, I don't think so." But I think part of the reason like Emily was like that because like in the beginning she got so much like backlash
yeah
about her. And I mean like I know we were like, "What the heck are you doing?" in the beginning
yeah
portions, but that was like, we're podcasters and we see what works, we see what doesn't work. That was something we saw was like yeah, I mean, she almost was the first boot of that season. If it wasn't
yeah.
for, Hannah Rose,
Yeah, Hannah Rose basically quitting.
yeah, it was like we would have had a much different timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
And then Brandon needed to be so bad at challenges, like one of the worst challenge competitors ever. It took for, and that was still a close one, by the way. Like it wasn't like, oh yeah, Brandon's so bad we gotta just take Cape out. It was like Brandon's really one of the worst challenge competitors ever, but we can't handle Emily right now. And it was close.
but I mean, hey, she was the
Yeah,
last loser standing, so
yeah.
that also plays a factor.
Yeah, and
But
she is
yeah,
one of the reasons why 45 is one of my favorite seasons. It is my favorite new era season, and a lot of it is because of Emily.
yeah, she definitely adds to it.
Mhm.
So we'll see what she adds to our brand steel.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay. And now yet again, one of my favorites. To be fair, this Lavo tribe might be my favorite tribe of these three here. Because we next got Jesse Lopez from season 43. And man, I wanted him to win so bad. Like he played such a phenomenal game. Would have been a great winner, like one of the top winners, probably the best winner of the new era, honestly, if he had managed to get to the end and win. Um, great strategist. He's not good in challenges, could not do fire as good as Gabler. To be fair, though, Gabler also set the record
Broke
for
the
fire.
record.
So, like, can you really say Jesse's like not good in fire? Like
Yeah,
Jesse got a little bit going, but just not as quick as Gabler could manage to get his Inferno going. Um,
yeah.
but just overall, he was very good socially, very good strategically. Um, like he didn't need to find idols. He would get people to give him idols because they were afraid of the knowledge is power, and then vote them out so that way he had the idols. Like, one of his things, is that he had gone to jail and everything, and so he was like a criminal, and he played like a criminal in that way where he basically was stealing things from people and then voting them out, and then it was like now it's mine, ha
Yeah.
ha.
He was definitely entertaining. In fact, like I'd say, especially since they brought so many new era people back,
Mhm.
that it is very surprising that he was not one of the other people that he did. I'm
Yeah,
glad
he
he got a
was in the
little
casting process too, so
he
it's not
was
like he said no.
well no, all right, here's how I see it. It's still like one of the things it's like this isn't this isn't like, like you're either cast on the season or you're not.
Yeah,
And like, yeah, there are some people that make it further, and like we've talked about it, like, but at the same time, like at the end of the day, he was not cast
yeah.
on that. And are you caught up on Beast Games?
I'm not really watching too much. I know that he didn't make it, but
No. He gets out relative well, it's weird because this time around they're very aggressive with like taking out players. Now,
mhm.
I there is like I have like a rumor or I have like a theory that they might have returning people that were eliminated come back into the game just
Mhm.
because like there are like 5 episodes in and they're already down to 13 people, which is like
Yeah,
if you know Mr. Beast, he does not they still have plenty of episodes left. You know him, he likes chonky eliminations like a lot of people
yeah.
going.
But I do think there's a good chance that he wanted to get the numbers down to a smaller degree so he could build stories around each of those players that's still in the game.
That is fair. I am a little
Yeah.
surprised on like how fast he's done it. They're already at 13
Yeah.
and it's like halfway through the season.
Hmm.
But like Jesse was in there and I was super excited. I was like hoping he did well because I was like, all right, we get to see Jesse get to play again because we know he's not going to be on 50.
Hmm.
I yeah, it's one of those things where it's just shocking that he wasn't because I feel like everyone talked highly about Jesse Lopez. Like love, oh yeah, like love him or hate him. Most people will tell you like, is Jesse a good player or not? Most of them will say yes.
Yeah.
Challenges is one thing, but you don't have to be good at challenges to win the game. First ever two-time winner. I remind you, never won individual immunity.
Yep.
So there you go. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm rooting for Jesse here. I hope he gets to return again because it's like they literally said after the Cody thing that that was a Hall of Fame move, a Hall of Fame tribal council, and you don't put him on 50. Like
Very weird.
yeah,
All right. So next up, say no more. We have Say Hewley, which for 13th place, going out at 13th place, she left one hell of an impression. She was having more she broke the record for most confessionals in one episode, which I will say not necessarily something she can control, and
yeah,
editors can literally give that to whoever they want. But like she did that. And then she was very much a presence on her tribe.
yeah.
She is a little chaotic. Um, that's a little bit of an understatement. She also had one of my favorite moments in New Era where you see the one girl running to try and get the advantage, and then you just see Say just coming out of nowhere to grab it. She was like gold. She is a very blunt player. She will tell you if she likes you or not, and this is what's going to happen. Uh, but she was entertaining, and I understand why she doesn't come back for 50, mostly because, like, all right, well, if
Yeah,
you played one season, if you didn't make a merge or jury, I think that's a fair cutting off point for
yeah,
season 50. If you didn't
yeah,
do that in like at least if you've never made like jury and stuff, you can't be on the season.
yeah. I will
But
say I
yeah,
did notice she was in the casting process. She was in the pool. So they were
yeah.
definitely thinking like even though she went out early, they were like, well, she was the most entertaining part of 48 by like a country mile.
There is a dip of quality when she leaves. That's not
Yeah.
that is not a like I think that's a fair thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was one of the big things they had like they decided when they're already when they're looking for a reason to cut anyone, that's something where I think universally a lot of people agree like, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Um But you know what? This is New Era All Stars, so we don't have to adhere to those rules.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm down for her to be here. I think this I already see the next version that she is with here. I mean, I just they're going to be this chaos duo.
I feel this is going to be the Hot Mess Express
Yeah.
tribe, depending on
Yeah.
like which way some people
God, I feel so bad for Danny.
go.
I feel so bad for He's gonna have to carry this tribe real hard.
Like it depends on like you've talked about this like what flavor of Andy, what flavor of Emily are we going to get? I feel like Jesse, he's gonna do the same thing, maybe a bit more wiser about it. but
Mhm.
like, we're gonna get Jesse's gameplay because it's good gameplay. So
Mhm.
next up is Venus, who the person famous for calling the Empire State Building ugly on X, and then it replying back was like, how are you with that idol, by the way? Uh she when she said I'm gonna go out there and be like Regina George, I already knew like you may not do well in this season, but you've already won me over. Uh she was entertaining. She was always causing drama. She also is not afraid to call people out on their stuff.
Mhm.
Um I think she I think she if this was like new era all-stars, like that was kind of my criteria of like going into this was
Mhm.
like who would be on here but not on season 50. There are
Mhm.
some people I wanted to bring because I enjoy them,
Mhm.
and I was like, gotta bring them. But like Venus is one where I'm like, I could see her on returning player season, but for like but for something like this as opposed to like Survivor 50, because
Mhm.
I think she is very entertaining. I think she got kind of humbled being one of the people idled out with a like, or not idled out, being sent home with an idol in her pocket. Like,
Mhm.
I think she brings a lot of levels. I mean, I think she fumbled too because like if you remember, if she was just straight up with Charlie, I think she would have survived that round, but she was
Mhm.
being very like coy and like not really saying what. It was like, I don't know, I might have something. And if you're trying to build trust with someone, that's not the way to go about it. And
Mhm.
she kind of gets blindsided as a result.
Yeah.
But she's so entertaining. I was like, I want to bring her back.
Yeah. 46 had so many like just bitter, like almost mean spirited people where they were just like, screw you. Like there's so many and like that's why I like 46. There's so much in the new era where everyone's like all lovey-dovey all the time. 46 was not like that. 46 had no one that was like, man, I just love everyone here. And then everyone's like, yeah, me too. Wow, I'm so glad we're all together. You had people like Venus and Q and Liz, like everyone is like all trash talking each other. They're all playing, so aggressive. It was a lot of fun. So I'm down for Venus to be here. And yeah, I want to let's see Venus and Q get together. Let's have those two work.
Yes. Let them reunite.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, moving on next now to the final tribe here. We got the Tuku tribe, starting off here with Carolyn from 44, who, yet again, really, you're going to let traders get in the way of putting on the best character that we've seen in New Era. I mean, come on. Like, she should have been an instant lock, and you say, Carolyn, we will do whatever we want. Just, we need you on the season. Um,
Yeah.
and I think she would be so good in a returning player season. Like, I think she would somehow still not be a huge target, yet we've seen her be great in these games. I think if she gets to the end, she will not be looked at as this kooky, like, oh, like, haha, it's so crazy you got here, Carolyn. I think people are actually going to like respect her game on a returning player season if she gets to the end. And so yeah, I had to bring Carolyn, one of the first people who I was also thinking of.
I agree. She is strategic. She will like,
Mhm.
we did see kind of like in Traders where she's like we did see some of that part where she can be emotional and stuff,
Yeah.
but at the same time, she is someone where she has a great story throughout. It's tough because like when you play the first time around, it's a lot more easy to get underestimated because no one like knows how you're going to play. Especially for
Mhm.
her, it was very much under the radar, and because of like her personality and stuff, they didn't really think much of her. Um, so I think, but she also had a great story because of that, because of
Mhm.
like her, stories about addiction and things like that. And like, I admittedly like when I first watched, I wasn't a big Carolyn fan, But as I got to like know her and stuff, I was like, Carolyn is very, very cool.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, like I said, when they bring people in for, the traders, they just don't pick anyone from Big Brother or, Survivor. Those are the two main ones they go for.
Mhm.
And, like they went for what they consider to be some of the best people they could bring in to represent those shows for the gamers, as
Yeah.
they are referred to. And there was a reason why they even chose her to be a traitor on that season. You
Uh,
know, she is good.
yeah, exactly. So I hope, it's also so funny because Jeff, a bit of a hypocrite in terms of like saying, hey, if you go on other shows, like, come on, you got to be on our show. And then he, shortly afterwards, he does the Beast Games collab. He's on
Yeah.
the Beast Games.
You're saying that, well, I mean, like, here's the deal. And this is just entertainment in general. It's like you have to cross promote, especially
Yeah.
when you're about to have like a huge season. You want more of like Gen Z to be interested in the show. It's like you do have to like reach out and then try and like branch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it's one of those things where, when season 50 comes on, who knows? We will have people who are fans of Beast Game, who were like Mr. Beast fans that join in on Survivor. It is, like, and
Mhm.
you see it at different levels. Like, you see it here on YouTube a lot, like different collaborations. You see, well, I mean, like, just straight up any of the, all right, this is what I love about filmmaking. It's the whole thing is collaboration.
Mhm.
Like it's the director, it's the lighting, it's all that side, and then all the actors and the actors interact. You're all collaborating on this piece of work, this piece of art, to present it. It's all collaboration.
Mhm.
So for me, it's like I think it's something where it's just natural, and I think it was like for the show to do to branch out and enjoy, especially since like that episode was to get an island as well.
Yeah.
However, it is something where because he did, and like and even when I saw that, I was like, oh come on, Jeff. It was like you even said like you don't want people going on other shows,
Yeah.
but then they do, and but, like I don't know. I feel like that's something that's like also. I'll admit, like as someone who like when you have like reality shows are kind of in right now.
Yeah.
Like that niche has been more alive than ever. They have stuff for literally everything. And like, like you have, crazy ones out there. Like, you have the Squid Game. They just brought back Fear Factor, but as a reality comp show, as opposed to like, oh, here's just three people and
Yeah, yeah,
we're
just
just
an
gonna go.
episode, and then it kind of is that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we see House of Villains. There's so many like you could go on for a while naming like the different reality shows out there. Also, it's like
Mhm.
I know like if I have like a skill set where it's like, hey, I'm good at this. This can be my
Mhm.
job just going from reality show,
Yeah.
reality show. That's how some people make careers.
Yeah.
Like Rachel Riley is a prime example. She's not just like, like on Big Brother. She went on, Traders, but before all that, she went on like The Amazing Race a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like, you see her on other shows as well because that's how she makes her money. If you want to be a reality competition star and that be your like thing,
Yeah.
you kind of have to try out and go and do that. Also, another thing. I know we're getting to this tangent, but it's like it's a very relevant thing you bring up. One of your winners wasn't originally on Survivor. In fact, someone you have for Survivor 50 wasn't originally on Survivor. I remind you, Mike White was on The Amazing Race.
Yep.
Granted, I don't believe he did well on it, but
Yeah.
regardless.
But he gets a
And then
pass because he's Jeff Probst's friend.
exactly. But like, there are a few times, and Hayden, like sometimes
Yeah.
some of the people you've brought have been successful on other shows and they come here and then boom. Like Hayden could have potentially won Blood versus Water if he made it to the end.
Um,
You have had people that were on different shows and then came here. Um, you could
yeah.
even argue that, football or any kind of sporting thing is similar to that, where you're
Yeah.
competing on, like in different challenges and stuff, and then you're going to this. So you have
Yeah.
NFL players, like
I think a lot of it is also is that like Traders gets dominated for casting, and I think that pissed off Jeff. I think the fact that they won like casting nomination for Emmys and stuff, and they're just like, well, that's not fair. We casted some of those people too, and we didn't get that with that win. And again, it's just petty. It doesn't need to be like that. We just cast people, have a good show, and then bring back the people who are really good. I mean, it's not that hard.
yeah. In fact, it's what a lot of people want to see.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, moving on next to our next winner here. We got D from Survivor 45. And yeah, I think she was a great player. Played a very loyal game with the Reba 4, making it, all four of them make it to final six pretty deep before any of them need to start cannibalizing each other. Good in challenges, great balance with her big toes. Um, and overall, I think I'd say probably one of the more solid winners that we've had on in New Era Survivor. Um, Definitely very well rounded socially, strategically, physically, and
Yeah.
she's the one person on 50 who I have the most hope in terms of the winners. Like I do see her having a chance to make it to the merge. I don't think she's winning, um, but I can't. I think out of the three, she's the one I would put money on making it to the jury phase.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I agree with that because she is a good player, and I feel like she just so happened to win that season because if I look at that final three, like Jack or Jake, I think it's Jake.
Yeah,
Um,
Jake.
yeah, Jake was definitely someone where he was like the underdog throughout that, and that was kind of this thing throughout the merge. And so I can see him like not. Yeah, I could have seen votes go his way, but he also
Mhm.
literally broke the challenge, which I
Yeah,
was laughing my ass off
it
when
was
that
so
happened. I'm
funny.
not
Yeah,
gonna lie. But also you had Austin, which Austin, this was the first time in the new era where it wasn't like a 7-1 vote. Austin came close to winning. If he was
yeah.
able to sway like one more person, it's a tie. But two more people, he would have won the game. So like she wasn't
Mhm.
like a dominant winner either. Like,
Yeah.
and that's due to like their like duo. But like Austin's not.
Mhm.
Well, then again, there's that whole Katniss Peta thing they had going on where it was like, was
Yeah.
that showmance real? Because it didn't really
Yeah.
pan out after the show, you know. But no, I
Yeah.
think D, very, very smart player. I think you hit the nail right on the head. Probably going to unless her tribe doesn't do well or she gets advantage screwed, something like that. I see her outlasting Savannah and Kyle, which is not a
Mhm.
dig on them. I just feel like them going into this game, they have a lot more things going against them than D does.
Yeah, Kyle's already going to be this huge threat, and I think he needs to be someone who flies under the radar to do well. And I don't think he's going to be great in that, like, I'm the biggest threat kind of person. And then Savannah, yeah, I think it's just going to be, you don't know, but you get a little sniff that she's the winner, and it's like, okay, well, first chance that makes sense. Let's just take her out.
Yeah. Whereas also, it's fresh in your mind. Like the season is fresh in your mind. Like one of
Mhm.
the things that will help out some of the older contestants that did very well, like one of the things that might help out, like, Christian Hibiki or Colby Donaldson, stuff like that. It's like we know they're great players. I will even say
Mhm.
it's tough to say Suri because Suri has been doing other stuff as well, snake in the grass, this, that. It's just like like you may forget how like good they are because you haven't seen them in that environment in a while, in
Mhm.
that reality show environment, especially if like you're a Survivor fan, you just watched Survivor. It's like, oh, I remember Christian Hibiki being great, but then sometimes you're like, oh wait, I forgot how actually good this dude is and how
Yeah.
strategic he is and how you don't want to go against him in endurance unless you want to hear a lot of facts about science
Yeah.
that
Well,
you don't need to know.
they've made endurance the point where he can't go 5.5 hours. They've found ways to stop that, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate because I would love to see him go like 5.5 hours again.
As someone who has done a Christian Hibiki type thing during an endurance, it is something that's fun to watch. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. I've gone 3 hours in an endurance competition before and lost, and it is not a fun feeling though.
It is no, I mean, I'm good at endurance because it means more screen time, but it's still it's still a lot of time you're dedicating to a certain task. And
Mhm.
especially if it's physical, you are sore. Like
Yeah.
the first individual immunity I won was planking. When I was done, I couldn't even sit up because my core was just so freaking sore. It even like made
Yeah.
me bad at the next challenge because like my arms weren't stable enough. It took all out of me to get that done, but like Jesus
Uh-huh.
Christ. No.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how D does here. I'm excited to hear your thoughts though on why you picked this next person because I think you got some
All right.
explaining to do.
I do have some explaining to do, but I am bringing Gabler, the Ala Gabler, Mike Gabler, winner of season 43. So, all right, I've mentioned this a few times on my channel, um, that both my parents are veterans. And so, like, the fact that he is, well, also, I believe he's the only winner to donate his entire, well, I know they take out of taxes all that money to charity, and it was
Mhm.
specifically to help out veterans. That's something that just kind of hits a little close to home for me. So I'm like, I already appreciate him there. I did get to meet him. He is a pretty cool dude. And I think it's the simple fact where he kind of like, if I were to compare him to Carolyn in a sense, a lot of people underestimated him, so much so that he would have been one of the first couple boots if his tribe lost more challenges. But he wasn't because
Mhm.
he had that advantage. And then,
Yeah.
like he was able to have that like resentment of like, oh, we can't vote out Gabler, put a target on another player and have them get voted out. And then kind of like nestle his way. And he was like, he's gonna be the alligabler. He's gonna be the assassin that doesn't be all flashy. He puts poison in the food and then bounces. Like
Mhm.
I think he's someone where if we talk about unique winners, he's also a winner we haven't really seen before. I mean, like there's
Mhm.
arguments like if you want to be like, well, he kind of reminds me of Ben because he has a mirror. It's like, no, but if we're talking like personality and strategy to get to the end,
Yeah.
he has, like he does have his own kind of like aesthetic that he
Yeah.
brought.
Yeah, I mean, old personal archetype. I could definitely see a Bob Crowley also kind of in a bit of a similar where he's not like
Yeah.
leading and like controlling a lot of the narrative of the gameplay and strategic side. But he kind of ends up getting to the end with two people who the jury doesn't really respect either. So
the yeah, I mean Owen Knight was very much the self-proclaimed Charlie Brown of 43, and then Cassidy Clark, well, we didn't get to see much of her in the edit, so it's a little
yeah,
different, but it didn't seem like she was really tight with Cassidy. Or no, that's
with
her.
Carla.
Carla.
Yeah.
And I don't know what is up with me in the names today.
Mhm.
And then Carla, like they were kind of like a duo, but they
Yeah,
didn't, from my memory, get too much done in the
yeah,
grand scheme of things.
yeah. We also have to
But
remember
yeah,
if James voted Gabler in Final Tribal Council, Gabler played a perfect game. Like he
yeah,
he would have played a perfect game of Survivor. So
that is right. He did not receive a single vote throughout the entire game, which
yeah.
is impressive. Granted, like there's always going to be like, well, this, and this, but like he still did it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, shocking win. I mean, we literally had you recorded your reaction
Yeah.
to it, and it got like 1,000 views on our YouTube Shorts because that was how everyone felt.
It did feel a little bit out of left field, but at the same time, like, in hindsight, I'm like, okay, I approve of this.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll see if the Al Gabler can Al Gabler himself to another win here. Okay, next up here, last person who I have brought, we got Omer Zahir from 42, who great strategist on 42. Definitely was playing the best game, I'd say, of the entire season, dictating a lot of the votes, being able to manipulate people, being able to control where things are going. Even when he lost his vote at the merge, he still was able to control the vote without having his vote, which is, pretty good just in terms of gameplay, and somehow not go away from that as the biggest threat to go out next. Like he was still able to dip under and go back under and still control votes later. So would have loved to see him out there on 50. Another person. I feel like they did not bring a lot of the strategists of the new era. I think a lot of these who I brought here, the guys especially, are like the strategists of their seasons, and they were not brought. So a little worrisome there, but we'll obviously we'll see how 50 plays out. But yeah, love me some Omer, and I don't know. How do you feel?
I like Omer. I think another one where I am a little surprised that they didn't bring him back because he did seem like, if we're talking like the early new era, like one of the more stronger strategic wise.
Mhm.
Um he also was like he had his own kind of like personality. I remember sometimes it's as simple as the EW interviews, but one of my most one of the memories I associate with him, because he's a veterinarian, is him like I believe he was in vet school,
Mhm.
and he's checking up on an animal, and uh, I think it was a cow, and he was checking an animal, and he put his hand in the wrong part. It's There's also that like humor and like humility to like also like joke about
Yeah,
something like that happens. But like I think he's like an interesting dude. I think he's a smart player as well. I feel like also it was also him being kind of like clocked as a strong player at 6 that really put a target on his back.
mhm.
But like there are different scenarios. I can see like if you play that scenario again, a few things, or that game again, and a few things shape out differently, he could potentially win the season.
Yeah. I would love it. I'm here for an over win. I just want to see him back though for just another returning player season. Like just give us some more Omer. I know he's down. Let him come back
Yeah.
out there and play.
Didn't he do same with Venus, but it was like Canadian traders.
Yeah, yeah,
They
he did
got
that.
both of them. I don't know how well they did.
Neither do I.
It's not to me not wanting to branch out to different countries to watch stuff. It's
Mhm.
just hard because I got all the shows that come out here
Yeah,
in the States, and then I have work, auditions, social life,
yeah,
love life, um, and then also I have to sleep. And then, if like sleep, and then also Ryan time to maintain different stuff. So
Mhm.
it's like I don't have time to. If I had more time, I would be doing a lot more. I would probably know a lot more about like reality TV and stuff like that, and how they do in different like stuff. But
Yeah.
simply, I have a lot of
There's too much content.
there is a lot of content, and I have a lot of pots and pans on my burners. I even have like a
Yeah.
secondary hot plate to
Yeah.
just
Yeah. And
cook
that's
more.
just like new stuff. There's a backlog too of like content that you just haven't seen that came out maybe years ago that all you
I
also
enjoy
want
Big
to
Brother.
watch.
I
Yeah.
still not have watched all of Big Brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, I still
So,
have like 7 or 8 different seasons from Big Brother that I have not seen yet.
mhm,
But yeah.
yeah. So
Anywho,
yeah, let's see how Omer does. Take us away with the next one.
all right. Next up, we have Rachel Lamont, the winner of Survivor 40 Several. She was someone where I feel like she had a prominent. I think more so in the first episode, she had a prominent presence, and
Mhm,
then there was the like with the whole thing with like Andy in the beginning, and then her number one gets voted off, Annika Dar, which
mhm.
I'm gonna remember that name because Dar. Um, and then and then it almost is shaped like when we talk about winners you don't see coming consistently throughout the season. She's a prime example of that because it almost seems like, oh, okay, she gets saved because she gets the safety without power that she was
Mhm,
gifted. But then after that, you start to see her come alive. And like even
yeah.
as her threat equity rises and stuff, you're starting to see, oh, wait, she's starting to become untouchable. She's even able to outmaneuver. She can even win challenges. Like
Mhm.
she's, once Merge hit, she started cooking with all the ingredients and then, 5-star cuisine at the end. Like, very
Yeah.
impressive winner.
Yeah, she became untouchable at a certain point of the game. Uh
Mhm.
and which does give some criticism a little bit to like, cuz she needed idols, she needed the immunity wins. Some people Andy even said it in Final Tribal Council, comparing her to someone like Ben Drebergen, who before the season or like early on when they were talking, Rachel like kind of was throwing shade like Ben only won because of all the stuff, and then obviously the season goes on and she ends up
Makes it
doing
into existence.
she ends up doing it as well. And like yeah, that's definitely one way to play. I she is someone who would be interesting to see play again because she needed so many things for her to happen to go right for her to win that season, that if you switch, some things go a little bit differently. Like she goes out early, she goes
Well,
out.
I mean, straight up, Soul
Yeah,
could have not found
yeah,
the safety without power.
yeah,
I mean, like the entire season runs a little different from
yeah.
there because it's like,
She's the
I mean,
easy
like
votes. Yeah,
they were teeter-tottering. It was like, well, maybe we give up one of our own so that way it makes it look like we can work with other people because that
yeah,
tribe only lost like one person really
yeah.
early.
But I think it was
So
Gabe who, after the season, said no, it was going to be Rachel. Like,
yeah,
so
because sometimes when they edit that, it's like, yeah, they do say those things,
yeah,
but when they're showing all five or like however many people on a tribe or like in that situation, they're going to give you like a possible other person that goes home. Rarely do you
yeah,
go into tribal council with them. It's like, oh, it's for sure going to be this person.
yeah,
Very few circumstances in modern era, modern age Survivor do we see that.
yeah.
Not even, I think Rome was the only person where it was very televised that he was going home.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they they literally made sure basically everyone got a confessional saying Rome's going home.
They
Oh, and Banu.
they
Banu had one as well.
yeah. Well, he didn't. Yeah. Well, he was just kind of screwed. He just had no vote. He couldn't
Yeah, but
use his.
there was no drama in his elimination episodes. There was
There No, he brought the drama. He very
Oh,
much was like,
I mean, there was no drama in the sense of like what's going to happen here.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was like he didn't have a vote, so like straight up, it was like, all right, you've been playing badly. You can't
Yeah,
vote. You've become more of a liability than anything else. You told everyone else our tribe dynamics.
yeah,
You have to go. There's just
yeah,
no if, ands, or but. This is just out of courtesy because we don't want you to upset you that much. We are being straight up with you right now.
yeah.
You are going. We shouldn't
Yeah,
have to teach you how to play Survivor while we're playing Survivor.
exactly. And Q had to be the one saying that, which is crazy.
Uh, yeah.
Okay,
All right.
on to the best for last here.
Best for last. Because I don't know how consistent. So he has seen episodes from our channel, so he at least knows our dynamic. Rizzo, if you're still watching, just give us a comment,
Yeah.
please. But it is the man, the myth, the legend, RIZ Riz God Baby. Uh,
And you even had the
we got
voice
Riz.
inflection there. Look at that.
You say it so much, who knows? I might go as Rizzo for Halloween next. No. Uh, Next Survivor meetup I go to, I dress up as Rizzo.
Yeah.
And no wait, I actually did that on the channel if y'all remember. Because
Yeah.
they have as soon as this man was introduced, people compared me to Rizzo. Especially in the or community, the
Uh-huh.
Vanquish specifically was like
Yeah.
the guy that calls himself Riz guy. I was like, Ryan, it's
Yeah.
you. So
Rizzo also played orgs before Survivor, so
he
yeah.
did. So yeah, Rizzo, he's that big character we see. He also went
Mhm.
from a alliance that was, like the Tres Leches alliance once it got that, plus Nate, who was the boot that like just solidified that those three were on the bottom. He had an idol, a public idol, and he just always knew in his gut that he was not going home. He even was able to milk it for another round of safety, being like, "Oh yeah, it's Jet 6, so I have to play it." Psych. Um, he,
Mhm.
like he's someone where he has a big personality. He is a very flashy player, and then also he just has a big personality. And they even got Jeff to call him by his name as he gets booted. Risk, which everyone I was it was a Bryson one I was at. It was like a smaller one because it was like Bryson went to war in New York, and so it was Ozzy and Tiffany that were running the one in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
And so it wasn't as big, but like everyone just was like laughing and like applauding to him being called Riz God, being eliminated. Dude has a big
Uh-huh.
personality. Like he was a lock to come in for 49 after that. Like
Yeah.
no ifs, ands, or buts.
Definitely, definitely. One of my favorites also. Definitely, I think if there's one takeaway from 49, it was Rizzo. Like to be honest, he was like the shining star of that season. Um,
Yep. And
if
he even
Rizzo,
found
yeah,
love.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
we know why Sophie B didn't take the idol.
yeah, I know, right? Uh, yeah, no, I think Rizzo, if he was on 49, I mean 49 would be probably received way worse than it currently is. Like he literally is doing a lot of carrying for that season, in my opinion.
That is, that is fair. I would say out of the
Mhm.
49 peeps, he is, well, I mean, obviously I brought him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep, yep. So yeah,
All
we'll
right.
see how the Riz God does here. I think in our prediction one, he didn't do very hot.
No.
So we'll see how he does this time around. Okay, favorite two people from each tribe.
I already said for this one, but
Yeah,
Genevieve and Q,
yeah,
just hands
um,
down.
yeah. I'm gonna go Q and Marianne.
That's fair.
Lavo tribe. I would probably say. I mean, I like everyone pretty much, but I would probably say Emily and Jesse.
That's fair. I will say two different. I got to go with Danny McRae, and I'm gonna say Venus. Just
Okay,
yeah, but
that's
honorable mention too. Like this would, yeah. I don't
This
want Lava to
tribe,
go.
yeah, this tribe's great because I my honorable mention goes to Andy. Um,
Yeah.
Tuku, my favorites would probably be Carolyn and the Rizgod Riz God baby.
I'm gonna choose Rizgod as well, and I'm gonna choose Rachel.
Mhm. Okay, nice.
All right.
Well, let us begin here. Lavo Tribe wins reward. They win a pot, machete, and flint. As losers, Gada Tribe and Tuku Tribe must compete against each other to earn their supplies. And Gada Tribe chooses Jam Jam to compete.
Mhm.
And Tuku chooses Carolyn to compete, and Carolyn wins, obtains the keys. So Tuku Tribe wins reward. They win a pot and machete. Interesting. 44 going at it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so God, it does not earn its tribe supplies. Nothing there,
Interesting.
nothing there, nothing there. Okay, immunity. As the Tuku tribe wins immunity, they keep their flint. They also win a toolkit. And God tribe wins immunity. They also win a toolkit. That means the tribe we don't want to go is going first.
As soon as it left my mouth, I knew I doomed them.
Okay, well, okay, so they earn flint. Okay, Lava tribe must surrender their flint and can only win it back if they win the next challenge. As Shan finds the God tribe aware advantage.
Nice.
Okay. Um, Mike is impressing the rest of the team. Genevieve and Jam Jam find something in common. Mike and Q bond strongly. Gotta get the strong guys together.
Yep.
And they form an alliance.
Oh yes. I could see them. He was like, all right,
Yeah.
Mike's like, I need another strong broy type. Q.
Q.
Admittedly, you're not as muscular as
That's Jonathan.
Jonathor, but like,
Yeah.
fuck it, man. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So Lava, let's see what's going on here. Jesse's impression of the team. Andy has a major meltdown again. Episode 1 meltdown from Andy. An
You
alliance
have a
forms between
change.
Andy, Jesse, and Venus.
And he still gets into a three-person alliance.
Oh my god. Andy works hard at camp but becomes tired. Oh my gosh.
Chopping coconuts. It's the same person.
What is it with Andy in episode 1? Rachel and Rizgod bond silently.
Nice.
Carolyn is impressing the rest of the team. Omer and Rizgod bond strongly. An alliance
Riz
forms between
Riz.
Carolyn, Rachel, and Rizgod.
Very nice.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is tough. I don't
Uh,
even want to
I don't
say.
want to say either because I'm afraid we're gonna jinx it.
And remember, Shot in the Dark is play, and
Yeah,
the algorithm for this for the AI for this isn't as trigger shy when it comes to Shot in the Dark if people know they're on the bottom. So
yeah. As we're
this should
already
be
seeing, Say uses the shot in the dark and will not vote.
all right.
Say is safe. Say is safe.
Oh god. The Percy Jackson is replaying back in my mind.
Oh my god. First vote goes to Say does not count. The second vote goes to Say does not count. Third vote goes to Say does not count. Fourth vote goes to Say does not count. First person voted out of Survivor, Danny McRae.
Damn you!
It's Percy Jackson all over again. Wow. Last universe, legends. This universe, legend being a first move from a shot in the dark play.
Both
Wow.
Danny and Percy need to come
It was
back because of
Emily. Emily threw the one vote onto Danny to make
how
sure
could you?
she wanted to make sure that if the shot in the dark worked, someone else went. Wow. Well, let's see if that tribe can avoid being a disaster tribe. Okay, not much there. Emily finds the beware advantage.
All right.
Okay. And Emily finds the idol. Okay, so she already is converting it. Um, it is, however, it's only good for one, but it can be extended to three tribal councils by relinquishing it. She relinquishes the hidden immunity idol.
I forget because they only did it for like one tribal council for each one, right? What they
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
do.
yeah. I can't remember fully because yeah, they just were like, we're just gonna take it right now and just use it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out, I guess. Rachel finds the Tuku tribe aware advantage.
Nice.
Okay. And Tuku tribe wins immunity. They keep their flints. They also win fishing gear. And the Lavo tribe wins immunity. They also win fishing gear and they earn flints, which means that the Gada tribe must surrender their flints.
No, no.
Mike and Q have a small fight.
It's
They're bros. Mike and Shan bond slightly, and that's all. Andy has a major meltdown again.
Oh wait, we need to comment on this because Shan didn't
Oh
find
yeah.
the thing. She doesn't have a vote for this tribal
Yeah,
council.
yeah, she does not have a vote, so there's only 5 votes currently, unless more people use shot in the darks.
She can't even play her shot in the dark either.
Yeah, exactly. Andy and Venus have a major fight.
Jesus Christ.
Emily and Say find something in common as Venus leaves this alliance with Andy and Jesse.
Venus
Andy,
did not want any of that drama.
no, not at all. And Rachel finds the idol and she relinquishes the hidden immunity idol.
Okay.
Omer and Rachel have a major fight. Carolyn works hard at camp and becomes tired. Okay.
All right.
Um.
It's tough to say because we got the one alliance, but they also had a fight.
Yeah.
Shan doesn't have a vote. We don't really have too much to go off of here.
I know you're gonna hate it, but I think we're gonna lose Q. I think Q is gonna get taken
No,
out by Mike.
no, we're not.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens here. No one stands. First vote goes to Genevieve.
No.
Second vote goes to Marianne. Third vote goes to Marianne. Fourth vote goes to Genevieve. One vote left. And Genevieve is voted
Motherfucker!
out.
Two people I
Wow.
really enjoy twice in a row. We love that. We love that for Ryan.
Wow. So Jam Jam, only one to vote with Genevieve there. Okay. Could be some trouble for a Jam Jam if they go again. Okay. Oh, Rachel finds the idol. She successfully converts the Tuku. Uh, they can be extended to final 5 by relinquishing it. She relinquishes the hidden immunity idol. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we got the journey. Each tribe is instructed to choose one member to get on the boat. They choose Mike, Jesse, and Rizzo, and they
All
argue
right.
on the journey. They're going at it.
I don't know what.
Okay, so the three representatives are told to split between 3 different paths where they will make a decision in private. Each castaway is met with a bag containing 3 packages. 2 contain a note that would render them ineligible to vote at the next tribal council, while 1 contains an advantage. They must draw 1 package. If they receive the advantage, they are free to go. If they lose their vote, they are offered the chance to draw a second package. If they draw the second package, they will either lose their vote a second tribal council or receive the advantage. Mike
All right.
loses his votes. He risks another vote to draw again. Mike loses his vote for the next 2 tribal councils.
All right.
Jesse draws the advantage. Jesse's got it. It is a vote steal, which can be used to steal another castaway's vote. Rizgal loses his vote. He risks another vote to draw again, and Rizgal loses his vote for the next two councils.
These are not good things.
Oh boy. And Tuku Tribe wins immunity. They win their flint. They also win a tarp.
Someone's
And
going back.
Lavo Tribe wins immunity. They also win a tarp. Okay. Gada still does not have their flint.
Two of
And
them don't have votes right now.
yeah, we'll see if Shan can get it here. Shan finds the idol, but she relinquishes the hidden immunity idol. So she's, I don't think
Right
she's
before she doesn't get her vote, right?
yeah, no, I think she still doesn't have a vote now. Oh, Shan finds
Well,
the idol again. She keeps the hidden immunity idol. Okay, so
okay.
okay. So it is it's not till final five. But it's got a
It's only
few
for
rounds.
her next three tribal
Three,
councils.
yeah. Marianne and Q bond strongly.
There we go, Q.
And an alliance forms between Mike and Jam Jam. Okay, so Mike, good position here. Him, Jam Jam, and Q. But unfortunately, Mike does not have a vote.
Jan
So
has an idol. I mean, like that's one of the things because it was a
yeah,
3-2 vote, and that's public knowledge. It was like, well, who didn't
yeah,
vote? And then, that
yeah,
causes a little of like, well, why don't you have a vote?
yeah,
Beware advantage is the only. Yeah.
exactly. So Emily finds the idol and she keeps the idol.
All right.
Okay, so yet again, only good for her next three tribal councils. Say and Venus bond slightly. Andy and Say have a small fight. Andy,
Andy, what are you doing?
honestly, he's getting the screen time. That's what he is doing right now. Okay, Rachel finds the idol. It may be used until final five occasions. She's got it.
Nice.
Carolyn and Gabler have a small fight. Okay, what happens here? I mean, I want to say Marianne, maybe.
They did some. Yeah, because if we assume that Q and Mike are still good,
Mm-hmm.
that means Q is also good with Jam Jam.
Yeah.
Marianne did vote. I'd say it's tricky to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shan has her idol, which because she didn't vote
Yeah.
last time, they could be sus about her, but who's
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah. Okay. Q uses the shot in the dark and will not vote.
Oh god.
Not safe for Q.
Don't let Q go home.
First vote goes to Q.
Why is it my people?
Second vote goes to Marianne. And Q is voted out in a 2-1 vote.
It doesn't matter how they're divided.
It
It's just
somehow
me.
still finds you.
It's like I'm you drafting from this season.
Marianne and Shan, that was the duo there that took out Q. Crazy. Oh, with five people, only three votes.
Yeah.
Only two needed for majority. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see who wins immunity. And the Tuku tribe wins immunity. They keep their flint. They also win three hens.
Nice.
Lavo tribe wins immunity. They also win six eggs. They keep their flint, which means the God tribe still does not have flint. For coming in first place, Tuku tribe can select one member of each tribe. Tuku chooses Jam Jam from Gada, Venus from Lavo, and Gabler from Tuku.
All
Venus
right.
and Jam Jam bonds. Gabler leaves a good impression. Oh, it's the Al Gabler right there.
So there is good things that can happen here.
Yeah. We usually just get people fighting and or like not just doing nothing. Okay, Jam Jam gives up his vote so that all three of them get the amulet idols. Okay, well, the amulet idol can be only played as a hidden immune idol. It requires all remaining holders to agree. So, okay, interesting that Jam Jam of the tribe that's losing the most is the one to agree to give up the votes, considering that they're going to tribal.
Maybe they might be afraid to vote for him because he just got on Journey.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so yeah, Mike can't vote. Jam Jam has lost his votes. So we're in another situation. It's just going to be up to Marianne and Shan. Shan and Jam Jam have a major fights. Oh, Marianne joins this alliance with Mike and Jam Jam.
Interesting.
Shan collapses from exhaustion and is medically evacuated from the game.
Well, that was quite the turn of events. I don't want to say
What?
because I do like Shan, but I was like, this was very out of left field. Like, I mean, most medevacs are, but I'm like, what?
Yeah, did her fight with Jam Jam cause her to collapse and just like she
You
is
don't
out?
you don't mess with Jam Jam, that's why.
Oh my god. Jam Jam doesn't have a vote and he's like, you know what? We're gonna win this next one, but Shan, you're not here. You're going out. Oh my god. Okay, well. It's always weird when the medevac happens on like the first status because now we just are like, okay, I guess what's happening here? Emily and Say have a major fight, and alliance forms between Jesse and Venus.
Interesting.
Okay, and Gabler and Omer bond strongly. Gabler is impressing the rest of the team. Dee and Rachel bond slightly. That's that. And Shan no longer in the game. Okay. So Marianne is the only person who could vote if they go again. That
Yep. Both, unless she somehow loses her own vote.
would be crazy.
It's definitely
Marianne
possible.
finds the Beware.
Oh wait, this one isn't as hard as the other.
Yeah, okay. So the pocket contains red paint that was splattered across the ground upon impact until the hit in my. Okay, so she doesn't have a vote until she does that. Okay, can she find it?
I don't even know what happens here. Do they just go to rocks?
They might just go to rocks. So she's got to find it. Otherwise, it is pure random.
Also, I guess this is something for the game makers who do New Era season. It's like, oh, this could potentially happen.
Yeah.
Very certain set of circumstances for it to happen, but still.
Oh my. I mean, this is what they want in a season. Like, let's be honest, this is what they want. It just never has happened. Okay. So reward challenge. Group number one is Jesse, Gabler, Omer, Rachel, Rizgod, Say, and Venus. Group number two is Andy, Carolyn, Dee, Emily, Marianne, Mike, and Jam Jam. And group number two wins reward. They win a trip to the Survivor Sanctuary where good things happen, where the winning team will enjoy a barbecue feast.
I wouldn't say it's a feast. You get one hot dog.
Yeah. Marianne and Jam Jam have a minor disagreements. Jam Jam has a major meltdown.
I would too.
Lavo tribe wins immunity, and Tuku tribe wins immunity. Please, Marianne, don't find the item.
Throw in the. Well, all right. So, good thing for Tuku, they made it the tribal section of survival without having to go to tribal council.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
kudos to them.
Yeah, and now we're getting maybe one of the craziest eliminations. I mean, I feel bad for these three. These three are.
It just depends if Marianne can restore her idol.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see here. I think it would have been one of the first things we see. Marianne and Jam Jam have minor disagreements. Jam Jam has a major meltdown again. He is freaking out. We are
No
go.
one has a vote. This is insane. This is a first for our Brant Steele.
Oh my god.
Absolutely no one. So there is no fire making here.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to rocks.
Yes.
Wow. Say has a major meltdown. Say, trust me, you're glad you're not on the other track.
Yeah, if only you knew. I don't even think producers would have realized this could have actually happened.
Oh my god. Rachel is impressing the rest of the team. Gabler and Omer have a small fight. Dee and Gabler have a small fight as the Survivor Sanctuary Alliance #1 dissolves.
Interesting.
And alliance forms between Carolyn, Gabler, Omer, Rachel, and Rizzo.
That means
And,
just D
Deal.
is the only one not in
Yeah,
this.
she's just working hard at camp, and
Wait,
they're
wait, wait. Hold up. I
yeah,
see Gabler.
yeah.
Did we get a medevac?
Gabler's injured but gets treated and gets stay in the game.
Jesus
The
Christ.
producers are like, Gabler, I know you just broke your foot right now, but we gotta see what happens over here.
They were like, all right, we're gonna give you the good shit.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Yeah, they can't even use their shot in the dark. It's just okay. Well,
Yep. It's time to vote. If this
okay.
happened, would Jeff just be like, so none of you have a vote?
Yeah, I think it becomes an open forum, and it's just like he would be like, take it in. In 50 seasons of Survivor, this has never happened before. How does that make you feel? Because he's like in therapy all the time, so that's his like go-to.
October?
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Well, no one can do anything, so I'll read the votes. However, there aren't no votes. Oh my god. Okay, who's going home? Ooh.
They miss out on Earn the Merge because of a rock draw.
Oh my god. Okay, rocks will be drawn. Whoever draws the odd color rock will be eliminated.
Oh
Mike
man.
is eliminated. Okay, so the one person who didn't even have anything it goes out.
Dang.
No votes were placed. Wow. Well, what a story for these two right now. They survived a required rock draw.
Fascinating.
Oh my
Well,
god.
we
Oh,
are at merge.
Marianne finds and destroys the Buccaneer Idol. Okay, so she does it after. This was the easy one. Like she could have easily done this and not gone to rocks.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so she now has it maybe used until final five. No one notices Marianne either.
Nice. Well, I mean, it's just Jam Jam.
Yeah, but they know she has it because she couldn't vote. There's
Yeah.
no hidden secrets there. Okay. Okay, not much going on there. Okay, so earn the merge. Omer finds the advantage. Reward challenge here. Group number one is Andy, Emily, Marianne, Gabler, Rachel, and Say. Group number two is Carolyn, D, Jesse, Rizzo, Venus, and Jam Jam. And I believe Omer is guaranteed to be on this reward.
Yeah.
Group number one wins reward. They win the merge feast and eligibility to compete in the immunity challenge. And Rachel wins immunity.
All right.
Okay. Okay, we got a lot of stuff here. A lot of things that can be used.
Or not
D,
used.
yeah. Dee and Marianne find something in common.
Winner,
Winners.
winner, chicken dinner.
Carolyn and Say bond slightly. Okay.
I don't even know.
Yeah. I just hope it's not Marianne and Jam Jam at this point. They deserve a break after what happened in that last rival.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Anything going on? Nothing's being used so far. Oh, Emily uses the shot in the dark and will not vote. They're usually pretty good at using it if they're getting votes.
Yeah.
So is it safe? Not safe.
Should player idol?
No. First vote goes to Jam Jam. Second vote goes to Jesse. Third vote goes to Emily. Fourth vote goes to Jam Jam. Fifth vote goes to Emily. Sixth vote goes to Emily. Seventh vote goes to Jam Jam. Eighth vote goes to Jesse. Ninth vote goes to Emily. And Emily is voted out with an idol. Emily.
You have the perfect out.
Oh,
No. She deserves better than this. No.
yeah. I mean, maybe she used the shot in the dark thing and she could gauge whether people were surprised. And she thought, oh, people were telling me, like, why are you doing that? And I don't know. Okay. Well, Andy, D, Jesse, Say, Venus, and Jam Jam voted Emily there.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, we have our we're now officially merged. Let's do a little assessment here. I know I think one more person won't make it onto the jury, but we'll do our assessment here.
It's tough to really. So we have no idea who the Blue Tribe, like how they really vibe with each other, because that was their
Mm-hmm.
first go about. Rachel has not been vulnerable at this game at all yet.
Yeah.
Uh, I have to say that I think Jam Jam is putting in the work. Uh, it's interesting to see what people do after the fact. I mean, like
Yeah.
with the Blue Tribe, yeah, D was the only one not included in that. So maybe because I know with this round specifically, it's like they have to vote someone out. So if we have a situation similar to what actually happened in 47, D could be
Mm-hmm.
the easy vote out. But tough
Yeah.
to say. I think look at Jesse and Venus as a power duo.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
But what about Andy and his meltdowns? You know, he's been fighting people. This is a classic, just like, hey, a lot of people just like this person. Let's just vote this person out so we're safe.
Yeah.
Could be the
That's
case.
fair. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, it's tough to gauge when you have a disaster tribe, and now these two are the only ones who really had to play a lot. These ones had to survive, one vote and then the earn the merge, but not too much for anyone else to really stand out.
No.
Okay,
So many things.
I know, right? It's actually alliances. Okay, team number one is Carolyn, Gabler, Omer, Rachel, Rizgod, and Jam Jam. Team number two is Andy, D, Jesse, Marianne, Say, and Venus. Rachel wins immunity.
Heard.
Yeah, so their entire team is wins immunity and reward. They win. The reward is baby back ribs, potato salad, corn on the cob, beer, and soft drinks.
7 episodes in and still
Yeah,
invulnerable.
that is pretty insane.
All right,
And
so
Jesse finds the take your pick advantage. So this will allow the holder to pick either a vote stopper or safety without power at tribal council, and Jesse must give it anonymously to someone, and he sends it to Gabler.
all right.
Okay.
Wait, I'm a little confused. I thought Rachel won. immunity
This
for her
is
team.
this is their own reward together. You know how Soul found the thing, but he didn't win that immunity.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, okay, I'm a little confused. Oh,
Yeah,
right. One
yeah,
person has immunity, and that's why Gabe had it
yeah.
and couldn't be voted. No, Kyle. Was it Gabe or Kyle?
Um, I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah. So Jesse has the take your pick advantage since it's to Gabler. Okay. Rachel and Riz got a bond strongly.
Andy
Okay.
2.0.
Oh yeah. Marianne has a major meltdown, but then works hard at camp and becomes tired. Well, Jam Jam.
Oh my God.
I just realized how this broke down. The fact that he gave it to Gabler, not Jam Jam. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I think that was not the right move for Jesse there.
no. Wow.
Okay, well maybe his shot in the dark will work.
Isn't it safety without power or steal a vote?
um, yeah, but Jamie doesn't have it. It's Gabler who has it.
No. But couldn't you just get the steal a vote against Jam Jam
You
and
you
then
you
he
could
can't
you
play a
could.
shot in the dark?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
Chris God also can't vote.
Okay. Yeah, he uses. Oh, Gabler uses the state without power. He's just dipping.
Okay.
Okay. First vote. Oh, okay. Omer uses the shot in the dark and will not vote. Safe. Omer is safe. First vote goes to Omer. Does not count. Second vote goes to Jam Jam. Yeah, I don't know why Jam Jam didn't
He
use
wasted
it.
he wasted the okay.
Well,
You just showed that you don't trust the rest of your peeps.
yeah, that was not good. That was a lot of bad gameplay. I'll be honest. There was a lot of bad gameplay that episode.
And yes, Jam Jam should have played a shot in the dark. You have literally no other unless people really convinced them that he was safe, but they needed his number.
Yeah, I don't I think you use it because your vote really wouldn't matter too much to be honest.
Yeah.
Um okay. So we got our auction here. Andy collects 5 bamboo tubes for a total of 700. Carolyn collects 5 for a total of 680. D collects 2 for a total of 280. Jesse collects 4 for a total of 540. Marianne collects 5 for a total of 700. Gabler collects 3 for a total of 400. Omer collects 1 for a total of 140.
It's not good.
Rachel collects 2 for a total of 280. Rizgod collects 5 for a total of 700. Say collects 4 for a total of 560. Venus collects 4 for a total of 520. Okay. Andy bids 480 to win a covered item. The covered item is chips, salsa, guacamole, and margarita. It's the margarita curse for Andy.
Oh no.
Marianne bids 260 to win pastries. Rizgod bids 400 to win a burrito and iced tea. Carolyn bids 500 to win a covered item. It is a giant apple pie with whipped cream and $60. Carolyn now has 240. Say bids 460 to win peanut butter and chocolate. Jesse
Yes.
wins 380 to win. This cover item is a burger, fries, condiments, and beer. He also finds a note in the French fries. Jesse now has 160. Carolyn bids 240 to win a cover item. She can trade the cover item for another cover item. She does not trade, and she gets a coconut. So she's out with the coconuts. Venus bids 420 to win macaroni and cheese. Marianne bids 240 to win a covered item. The covered item is revealed to be buffalo wings, celery, and carrots.
That's my favorite.
I do like that. Gabler wins 280 to win a covered item. The covered item is fish eyes and $60. Okay, and for $200, anyone interested in a breakfast has to compete against each other in a food eating competition. Only the winner has to pay for the item. Andy, D, Marianne, and Rachel competes. D wins and receives a breakfast. D now has $80. Rizgod bids $200 to win potato chips and soft drinks.
Nice.
With 280, Rachel has the most money left at the end of the auction and loses her votes.
Can she win immunity though?
Yeah, but also Jesse finds the hidden immunity idol. And Andy and Rachel win immunity.
Yeah.
What a run for Rachel here.
She's like, new universe. I'm trying to set that record.
I know, right? Jeez. Okay. Marianne and Rizgod have a major fight, and Jesse is impressing the rest of the team.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, I can see the six blue peeps just steamroll everyone else.
It's very possible. I mean, they seem like they're in a pretty good spot. Like, what I think these five are still in an alliance together, right?
Yeah.
And
And
you
then you
know,
have
yeah,
D that you was like, all right, yeah, you're six. I mean, like, why would we break now?
yeah, yeah. The
Um,
only hope is to get D to flip. Like that's kind of like the only way the other people will have a chance.
I would say they probably go after Say because she does not have a shot in the dark.
Yeah, that would be a safe vote. Okay, a lot of stuff here. Marianne uses the shot in the dark and will not vote. Not safe for Marianne.
All
Marianne is
right.
going to use the hidden immunity idol.
That's another way to.
Rachel uses the idol on Riz God.
These are all ways to, like potentially flip the switch in this game.
Yeah. Okay. First vote goes to Marianne. Does not count. Second vote goes to Marianne. Does not count. Third vote goes to Marianne. Does not count. Fourth vote goes to Marianne. Does not count. Fifth vote goes to Marianne. Does not count. Sixth vote goes to Riz God. Does not count. Seventh vote goes to Riz God. Does not count. Eighth vote goes to Say, and Say is idled out of the game.
I did the math wrong and I still got it right.
Yeah, I think that's great for the Blue Tribe. Great for them. Uh,
Yeah, because that
so
actually would have been bad because Rachel didn't have her vote and therefore, would have been a 4-3 or no, because of revote. Actually, it still
yeah,
pans out for him, I think.
yeah. It was the Andy and Jesse who should have been taking a shot at someone on the Blue Tribe here. D and Venus. See, D flipped. D was all on board to flip. Um, but still, all the Blue Tribe is still here. Okay, let's go to immunity. Omer and Rachel compete as a team. Gabler and Venus compete as a team. Carolyn and Rizgod compete as a team. And D and Jesse compete as a team. And Andy and Marianne compete as a team. And Andy and Marianne advance to stage 2. D and Jesse advance to stage 2. And Carolyn and Rizgod advance to stage 2. Which means
Wow.
Gabler, Omer, Rachel, and Venus will be sent on a journey.
Rachel, first time vulnerable in this game,
Yep.
and
She
used
used
her
her
idol.
idol, so she can't even play it to make sure she's safe. She could be the
No.
target. Could be the target. Carolyn and Riz got advanced to the final stage. D and Jesse advanced to the final stage. The 4 finalists also win a reward of BLT sandwiches. Good, good. Rizgod wins immunity.
Nice.
Nice, nice. Okay. Uh Gabler and Omer argue. Rachel and Venus bonds. And this is the stacking one where you have to stack things. Whoever falls loses their votes. And Rachel causes the tower to fall and loses her vote, not even having a shot in the dark.
I think she.
I think
I
she's
think she's screwed
toast. I
here.
think she's
Yeah.
toast. Venus is impressing the rest of the team. Dee and Omer bond slightly. Carolyn and Rizgod bond strongly. And Omer leaves this alliance of the Blues. Oh, Omer is defecting as well.
Oh no.
I think Rachel is absolutely screwed. I think she had a really good run of immunities, and now you can't let her get another chance.
No.
Okay. Carolyn uses the shot in the dark and will not vote. Safe. Carolyn is safe. First vote goes to Carolyn, does not count. Second vote goes to Carolyn, does not count. Third vote goes to Andy. Fourth vote goes to Rachel. Fifth vote goes to Rachel. Sixth vote goes to Rachel.
Yeah.
Seventh vote goes to Andy, but it doesn't matter. Rachel is eliminated here.
Yeah. You just couldn't have let that. Yeah, I feel so sad
Yeah.
because like a hell of a streak, and it was like it could be like Omar sandbag because he did leave the alliance. He could have
Yeah.
been sandbagging just to make her vulnerable.
It's very possible. Wow. And Carolyn finds the hidden immunity idol. Hey, good for Carolyn. Okay, group number one is D, Gabler, Rizgod. Group number two is Andy, Carolyn, and Jesse. Group number three is Venus, Omer, and Marianne. And group number two, Winter War, they went a visit to the sanctuary where winners would enjoy wraps, salad, and cake.
Where good things happen.
Yep. Okay, so four castaways are agreeing to sit out for Rice here. Andy, Carolyn, D, and Rizgod. So Venus wins immunity.
All right.
Andy has a major meltdown again. D and Venus have a small fight. D and Omer have a minor disagreement. Venus works hard at camp and becomes tired.
I think this is where we start seeing the blue tribes start to be cannibalized.
I
I
agree.
think, but one of them has a idol, so who knows? And two that well depends if D is also with that, but like three of them have shot in the darks if we're including D.
Mm-hmm.
So tough to say.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's a good chance we lose Omer here, but we'll see.
No, I think he's in good now.
I think he flipped, and I think that now like the other blue tribe is going to say like, "Hey, this guy, he's willing to betray you, backstab you, and get people to vote him." Jesse uses the French fry hidden immunity idol.
Interesting.
Carolyn uses the idol on Rizgod. Rizgod just getting people to play idols on him. First
Smart.
vote, Jesse does not count. Second vote, Jesse does not count. Third vote, Jesse does not count. Fourth vote, Rizgod does not count. Fifth vote, Rizgod does not count. Sixth vote, Rizgod does not count. Seventh vote, Gabler.
Oh,
And
Gabler
Gabler, wow, a
got
3-3-3. It took both idols to take him out there.
dang.
Well, there goes another person on the blue tribe. So Andy,
Yeah.
Jesse, Omer voted Gabler, Carolyn, Gabler, and Rizgod voted Jesse. D, Marianne, and Venus voted Rizgod.
How the tables have turned.
I know, right? Okay, but Rizgod finds the hidden immunity idol.
Nice.
He's like, people are playing on me. Time for me to play it on myself.
Hmm.
Okay, and Marianne draws the purple rock and will go on the journey. And it is a side puzzle. Marianne successfully solves the side puzzle and wins a vote stopper, where she can secretly be used to stop another Castaway's vote at Tribal Council. And Carolyn wins immunity. Carolyn is safe here. Rizgon might just play his idol right away, to be honest. Andy and
Yeah.
Marianne have major fights, but who knows? Maybe he's going to just tell everyone he's got an idol and no one's going to want to vote for him.
I think it would be you play your shot in the dark, see if it goes, and you learn from Emily's mistake.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, play the idol.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Andy uses the shot in the dark and will not vote. Safe. Andy is safe. Rizgod uses the idol. First vote goes to Andy. Does not count. Second vote goes to Andy. Does not count. Third vote goes to Andy. Does not count. Fourth vote goes to Andy. Does not count. Fifth vote goes to Rizgod. Does not count. Sixth vote goes to Rizgod. Does not count. Seventh vote goes to Rizgod. Does not count. And we have nothing. No votes have been played, so we
No,
are tied here.
no,
Andy,
no. They have to revote.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got to revote. Andy can't vote because of his shot in the dark play. He still won't be able to. Um, okay. First votes goes to Marianne. Second vote goes to D. Third vote goes to Venus. Fourth vote goes to Jesse.
Oh my.
Fifth vote goes to Marianne. Sixth vote goes to D. Seventh vote goes to Venus. We are tied in a 2-2-2-1 vote. Okay, there's now another revote that will happen here.
All right, and it can't end in a tie because there's 7 votes. No, wait,
Yeah.
yeah, 7 votes between them.
Okay.
Mathematically, unless
So
a
these
tie
three
will
can't.
eventually
Yeah. So
because like
these.
it can be 3-3-1.
Yeah. So these three can't vote. Andy still can't vote. So we have four votes that are actually going to get cast, right?
Yeah, so it could tie again between 2 people.
Yeah. First vote goes to Venus. Second vote goes to Marianne. Third vote goes to Marianne. And the fourth vote is Venus. We are tied again. Another revote.
So that's what 3 votes because that makes all right because that does make that makes D eligible to vote again, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Okay. First vote goes to Venus. Second vote goes to Marianne. Third vote goes to Marianne. Fourth vote goes to Venus. One vote left. And Venus is
And
what a tribal.
that was like
Half of this episode was probably dedicated towards this tribal council because of how much time it would have taken to go through all those revotes.
because first one got canceled out. The
Yeah,
second one ended with like 3 people in the tie,
yeah,
then 2 people. So they had to.
yeah.
That was like 4 times.
Yeah. I mean, look at this. Carolyn ended up voting for three different people at the tribal council: Andy, Jesse, and Venus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of moving parts here. Wow. Four different votes in one tribal council. That
Good
is
God.
that's a lot. Okay. Okay, let's go to rewards. Andy wins reward and shares it with Jesse and Dee. They win pizza, pasta, margaritas, letters from home, and an overnight stay at the Survivor Sanctuary.
Operation Italy.
And Carolyn wins immunity. She is safe. Okay. Andy and Rizga bond slightly. Carolyn and Dee form an alliance. Okay.
I think Rizzo is done. I mean, it's the last time he can play a shot in the dark.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens here. First votes, Rizgod. Second vote goes to Marianne. Third vote goes to Rizgod. Fourth vote goes to Marianne. Fifth vote goes to Rizgod. Sixth vote goes to Marianne. One vote left. And Marianne surviving the disaster tribe. Strive so long. So Carolyn, Dee, Omer, and Rizgod voted Marianne. Andy, Jesse, and Marianne voted Rizgod. Okay.
Also, she survived so much craziness to get seventh place.
Yeah, exactly.
Respect.
Exactly. Okay, well, we're in the finale. So do you want to give a little assessment of how everyone is so far? Who's the front runners?
We're just outside. Wait, we're on the finale? I thought it was 5 people.
Oh yeah, no, it's down here. Oh yeah, because it was weird how they did it though, because technically in 47 final 6 they said it was it was a weird kind of like double finale. Remember how they tried to advertise that it was a double finale?
Oh yeah, and it was stupid because like
Yeah.
we didn't, no one liked that.
Yeah, so let's just go ahead and do this as like our assessment here.
All right, so I think Jesse and Andy are a big power duo, but it's like, how do you spin this at the end? And I think Rizgod he's somehow he's still here despite everything turning against him. And I don't know, I don't think it's as binary as like tribal lines anymore. It's very, this game is a little fluid. We have like the duo, like I said, with Andy and Jesse, and you have this duo of Carolyn and Dee as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Rizgod definitely has that underdog story to him. I mean, he's gotten people playing idols on him. He's played idol to save himself. I like Andy with his shot in the dark as well. I feel like those two, managed to somehow survive which created that crazy tribal.
Also, I just noticed I have one person left.
Oh, right, really?
I just have Rizzo.
That is hilarious. Riz got. Well, that's all you need.
Maybe.
That's all you need. Okay, well, let's see what happens here. Okay, immunity. Andy wins immunity. He also wins steak and cheesecake at the Survivor Sanctuary, and he shares it.
Good things happen.
He shares it with Jesse and Rizgod. And Andy finds the hidden immunity idol. What an episode for Andy here.
All right.
Andy and Omer have a small fight. Also, by the way, Jesse Vostiel last time to use this, so he's going to have to use it here. Andy and Dee bond strongly. And Omer joins his alliance with Andy and Jesse. That's power right there. That's going to be the numbers with Jesse's vote steal.
And it looks like he might be trying to get Rizgod on his good side. Maybe they take out the girls.
Yeah, it might be D. I could see it being D here.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is the last winner standing.
Exactly. Jesse used the vote steal power on Rizgod.
Oh no. No.
First vote goes to Jesse.
Serves you right.
Second vote goes to Rizgod. Third vote goes to Carolyn. Fourth vote goes to Carolyn. And Carolyn is voted out.
Were they just trying to bait an idol, make it
I,
think that
I think they were. I think that whole Rizgod thing was just to take it away from him. But then if Rizgod got the idol again, that's I guess. But Carolyn and Dee didn't even vote together. They voted different people. So
wait, they voted maybe they were splitting both because maybe they were like
yeah,
just in case.
yeah, I don't know.
Because they were like, all right, it's Rizzo, and then we put a vote on Jesse just to be sure.
Mhm. Okay, immunity. Andy wins immunity.
And he can use his idol on anyone he wants.
Mhm. Dee and Omer bond silently. Jesse and Omer have a small fight. Andy and Omer have a major fight. Omer leaves his alliance. Okay, so he's out.
Cooked.
And alliance formed between Dee, Jesse, Omer, and Rizgod.
So your alliance is against the one person that you can't vote for right now.
Yeah, that's the worst alliance formation of all time.
That's so freaking stupid.
Okay. Well, it can't be Andy. I mean,
I'm guessing Omer because it's
Omer.
like that's the only like thing that we can do to like really
Yeah.
assess because like yeah,
Yeah, I guess. Andy uses the idol on Jesse.
that makes sense.
First vote goes to Jesse, does not count. Second vote goes to Jesse, does not count. Third vote goes to Rizgod. Fourth vote goes to Omer, one vote left. And Omer is idled out of the game. Rizgod's still here, baby.
He's not Riz demigod. He's a god.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Omer Rizgod voted Jesse, Andy, Jesse voted Omer. Dee honor outs. Dee has just been that no one's playing with Dee right now.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Let's see who wins this final immunity. Jesse wins immunity. He should, if he pays back Andy, take him with him to the end, but we'll see if that ends up happening.
Yeah.
Andy has a major meltdown again. Dee has a major meltdown from Andy having a major meltdown. And then she has a fight with Rizgod.
This is sloppy.
And then Rizgod leaves his alliance.
You
Is
do
Dee
this now when there's one person. Okay.
I think she wants
With
to
the
go into
one person
fire.
that can save you.
She wants to go into fire with Rizgod because she's like, he can't make fire. I'm gonna get into this thing, make us go against each other.
We'll see what he
But he
does.
grants safety to Dee, which means Andy and Rizgod will compete in fire. And Rizgod wins. Andy is eliminated.
Riz God redeemed himself from Survivor 49.
He did. This time he actually learned and practiced and got good at it.
I'd say out of it's tough to say because I feel each one of them has a good story.
Uh,
Uh Jesse, I feel probably has the strongest case because he's been pretty in control of everything.
yeah.
Rizzo has that underdog status.
Yeah.
D, despite not being in the numbers in the beginning, was able to like find her footing and successfully navigate this game.
Yeah. I think if you vote for Dee, your vote if a vote is a little more, I don't want to vote for Jesse or Rizzo. Like I do think that she's kind of like that other
I wouldn't
option.
I wouldn't say that. I will also say there are five ladies on the jury, so maybe that might also play a factor.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's see here. First vote goes to Rizgod. Second vote goes to Jesse. Third vote goes to Dee. Fourth vote goes to Rizgod. Fifth vote goes to Jesse. Sixth vote goes to Dee. Seventh vote goes to Jesse. Eighth and final vote goes to D.
Oh,
By the way, what is that? 3-3-2 votes
yeah.
like crazy.
Rizzo.
Oh my god. So Riz God votes for D to win the game. D somehow has managed to pull this one out. I think that's definitely a shocking win, to be honest.
I will say, like, I didn't want to counter out, but like, yeah, yeah, I do think the other two had a stronger case. She still pulled it off.
Mhm.
Impressive.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's see. So Carolyn, Omer, and Say voted D. Andy, Marianne, and Venus voted Jesse, and Gabler and Rachel voted Rizgod.
All right.
And Rizgod wins the fan favorite award,
Yeah.
as he should. Okay. What
So
a
crazy season.
what a crazy, yeah. I mean, rock drawn without any votes because of this medevac that allowed the idol to get freed up again for Marianne, the only person.
The grand design of Survivor.
And it started first boot was a shot in the dark played correctly. I mean, pretty great.
Craziness.
There was definitely some bad gameplay. Like, let's be honest, there were some people doing like just dumb shit throughout this season to create this. But I mean, just look at all of these different idols that got played advantages one after another after another.
Yeah. All right. Let's see
Okay,
the stats.
Andy was our challenge beast of the season. Marianne was the most strategic. I mean, she had to fight the hardest to get to just to get to seventh. Also, 18
D.
votes. D
Yeah, that's a lot.
three, Carolyn two.
Rachel
Uh,
finding three idols.
yeah.
Shan and Mike, both from the Disaster Tribe, both with zero votes against them.
Yeah, medevac and a rock draw. Mike got really screwed. He really got it. It's because he kept risking it. He really wanted that advantage, and he
He only did it twice.
yeah,
Well, first time he was forced to, and it's like, already I lost my vote. I have a 50-50% chance to
yeah,
get the advantage. So I think you do go for it.
yeah. Okay. Well, that does it here. New Era All Stars in the book.
All
Uh,
right.
yeah, New Era seasons can definitely be something else. Something else.
It's oh yeah, the Brant Steele simulations are they are very entertaining.
They make shot in the darks more interesting because obviously like people are usually don't want to use it because sometimes also when you use shot in the dark it's like you're not trusting the people so you're trying to like use it
Yeah.
very sparingly and so that makes everyone just have to be like oh let's tell them this so that way they think they're in on it and so people just don't use it but in Brand Steel the simulation will just like sometimes know like oh I'm getting most of the votes I guess I'm playing it.
I think we need to tally how many times it's been used in the actual show. We may have,
Yeah.
because like I think even with our first one, it may have used it more times in that than the entirety of 9 seasons of Survivor with it.
I think that might be true because we used a lot and we hit a lot. Like it hits way more because it's just random chance, but it's just working.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for now. We got some like I said, we got some fun Survivor 50 content coming. You'll see some familiar faces here. You'll see we got some stuff planned. Obviously, we got
Mhm.
our prediction brand steel. We have another brand steel we're thinking of, and then we also got to do our draft, and it's like a
Yep.
cast assessment as well. And this is probably the one that I'm most intrigued, but also nervous for because it's like it's people we know, and so like will bias play a factor into this of like, oh, I really want, such and such on my team. So like, do you draft them earlier?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's
I
to
can't I
say?
can't wait to see you pick Q as like your third person because you just want to have Q on your team.
That's the tricky thing because like there is some people like I may ask for trades afterwards because I'm like I don't
Yeah.
know like there might be someone you have that I might be you know
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, exactly. But that being said, we will see you all in the next one.
Peace.